Taco Trump decided to announce a new round of tariffs on Friday evening as the backlash to the non-release of the Epstein files became too much for him to mentally bear. So he got on Truth Social, posted a bunch of letters on Friday, some to Mexico, some to the European Union and member countries of the European Union, telling them that he is putting a 30% tariff on all of the goods coming from their countries. And of course, if you dare retaliate, then however much you retaliate against us by, if it's 10%, 20%, whatever, we're going to add that onto the 30% we've already done to you. So basically, he is the bully that goes out there and says, I'm going to punch you in the face. And if you punch me back, then I get to punch you again. That's not how fights work. And of course, that is not how international trade works. But Donald Trump needed a distraction, just like he needed a distraction last Monday when the DOJ officially announced we're not releasing anything because it allegedly doesn't exist, even though we've said it exists. He announced more tariffs last Monday, hoping that that would distract people enough to be like, oh, forget about Epstein. We got tariffs to deal with. Trump's, playing hardball with these countries. It didn't work. So at the end of the week, as he saw the backlash continuing to increase, he goes out there and he says, okay, more allies get tariffs. European Union, Mexico, everybody, nobody's paying attention to Epstein, right? Well, he knew it didn't work immediately because, again, on Saturday is when he went out there and put that ridiculous post on Truth Social begging people to move on. But you know who didn't forget about the tariffs? Everybody that got hit with tariffs. The rest of the world is not afraid of Donald Trump because they know Taco, Trump always chickens out, but they are pissed off because, as many of them claim, we were having good faith negotiations with this guy. Then out of nowhere, he completely goes schizophrenic on us and just imposes new tariffs. Like, what the hell? How are we supposed to negotiate with a madman? How are we supposed to negotiate with a mentally ill, completely unstable world leader? That is what the rest of the world is looking at and wondering about the United States right now. These countries did admit, as Trump had said, we were having negotiations. And then he just does this and basically blows it all up. Let me read you a couple of these. By the way, if you want to see the full list of leader responses to what they had to say about Donald Trump's move here, on the YouTube clip in the video description, there is a link. And at the bottom of that article, it has laid out by person world leader responding to Trump. And basically, they're all calling him a piece of garbage. Ursula von der Leyen, president of the European Commission, said, quote, imposing 30% tariffs on EU exports would disrupt essential transatlantic supply chains to the detriment of businesses, consumers, and patients on both sides of the Atlantic. The EU has consistently prioritized a negotiated solution with the U.S., reflecting our commitment to dialogue, stability, and a constructive transatlantic partnership. Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof said that this is concerning and not the way forward. Pedro Sanchez, Prime Minister of Spain, said that the tariffs are unjustified. Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson noted that the EU is prepared to respond with tough countermeasures if necessary, while emphasizing that it would be best to avoid such a move. You know how Trump announced these, folks? On Truth Social. Like an immature middle schooler announcing they were breaking up with their boyfriend or girlfriend instead of talking to the person directly, they just put it on social media. That's exactly what Trump did because he has the mind of a 10-year-old boy. He has the mentality of a 10-year-old boy. He has the maturity of a 10-year-old boy. That is what we're dealing with in the White House. But it's not just that he is a prepubescent boy. It's that he's also a mentally ill prepubescent boy. Perhaps a mentally ill prepubescent boy suffering also from neurological diseases that are impacting his brain functions. The rest of the world understands that. I think more and more Americans are starting to understand that as well. But when you're dealing with a madman who acts like a, little boy, there are no negotiations. You don't know what this lunatic is going to do next. Markets don't know what he's going to do next. And yes, this announcement sent the stock market tanking. Businesses don't know what he's going to do next, which of course is hurting employment and business investment. All across the board, nobody is benefiting from this at all. The United States is the one suffering the most because we have a mentally ill prepubescent boy serving as our president. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.